Thank you very much for everyone joining us. This is the Q4 release this year. Obviously, myself's here, Sally's here, and Sam's here. Just a quick rundown of what we're going to go through. Obviously, a little welcome. I guess the first thing to tell you is we've had feedback from our previous releases. When we're making enhancements, you've asked that we don't release these immediately. So what we've done is we've put in a process now where the enhancements to functionality are going to be released on the 16th of January. Now, of course, obviously, if that's peak season for you and you want to delay this and have them switched on at a later point in time, just let us know. On the landing page, there's a button you can click and let us know, and we will schedule your enhancements to come further down the line. But worst case, they'll be switched on in 6 months' time. So at least you're kept up to date with how products are enhanced over time. We're then going to go into the product demonstration and then have a normal Q&A session at the end. So in terms of things that we're going to cover today, we're going to cover what's called magic links. I'm not going to tell you too much about that. I'm going to leave that to Sally to explain that. Job requisition that we launched in Q4 last year. We've got some enhancements to that, which will hopefully make it a lot easier for you to use. For quite a while, we've had custom fields within inside Tripad platform, but over time, you can add to them. You can make them not visible, but you weren't able to remove them. So we've brought that functionality into the platform for you to make sure you can also keep them tidy. And then our job booster functionality that we launched earlier this year, we've got some enhancements to that as well. So I'm now going to stop sharing my screen and hand you over to Sally.
Hi, everybody. So first thing, as Chris says, is something called magic links. So this now gives you the ability, or you and your candidates, the ability to log into the ATS without needing a password. So this is something that you've told us before is a little bit problematic. So it makes it nice and easy now. So how it works is on your login screen, you now get this option. So you've got your normal option to still enter your username and password, and for any candidate, for any user type, you can kind of still do that. But you've now got this option down here. So continue with your email and register later. So if we click on here, we can just pop in our email address. There we go. So mine's saved in just kind of a password saver. And if we click continue, an email is generated to my inbox. This works for all user types, your internal user types, and also on a candidate basis as well. There we go. Perfect. There's our link. So you get the email that comes through. So we've recently requested to sign in via a magic link. Click confirm to sign into Golden is just what we've called our demo platform. But these links expire in 10 minutes. So you've got two options. You can click just on a hyperlink up here, or you can sign in using this bottom link. I know some organizations kind of require a longer link to click onto, or you might need to copy and paste this into your browser, depending on kind of your organization, IT setup, that kind of thing. So we can click into either of these, and it should take us directly into the ATS without the need to log in. There we go. And logged straight in without the need for a password. As I say, you can do this via as a candidate as well. So once it's set up on your platform, it works for kind of all user types. So if we go into a job, just as if we were kind of sharing our apply link, we've got a job just here. So if I just scroll down slightly, we'll just copy that URL over there. And if I just open up another browser, we can log in as a candidate. There we go. So if we paste that there, we can see there again, we've removed the need to log in with the password, and we can just enter the details. Now, if you're already registered on the platform, you can just enter whatever email address you've registered with. We can continue that application. Obviously, we're going to check to see we've done the T's and C's as well. And you might get this error. Well, it's not an error message. It's just a recognized message. So we recognize your email. You might have started an application with us before. Please log in to continue this application. So if you do have a password set up, you can use that password. If not, again, you can just click email me a link to continue my application. And again, you can bypass that password option. So there you go. And it will just take you straight through to the candidate profile and continue that application there. You can also, if as a candidate, if you want to later set up as a password on the platform, you can do that. You will just go into your settings as normal and register a password in there. So that's the first little bit. That is your magic links. So next thing to talk you through is some job requisition. We call it job rec internally. So job requisition enhancements. So we've got quite a few of these, about 7 or 8. So I'll take you through those now. So the first thing just to bring your attention to is when you're setting up your authorization policy, you now have the ability to add in emails to be notified of the approval. So you've got your normal kind of add approvers options. Sorry, have I got people waiting to be admitted? No, we're all good. Sorry, I'm just the screen keeps pinging at me. So you can add in your normal approvers, but you've now got this bottom section. So you can have multiple email addresses in there. So when the job requisition has been approved, those people will be notified appropriately. It'll just be kind of an email that pops into those addresses and just to advise them that the job requisition has now been approved. So that's the first one. The next thing to tell you about is a job requisition template menu. So when previously, before, when creating job requisitions, you can create a template, but you couldn't actually access those templates again to edit them, to delete them, do anything with them. So we've now moved them into a separate menu. So you can access it through your tools menu, or if you don't have the tools menu, it'll still be in your jobs menu. And we can go to the job requisition template here. So it now looks a little bit different to how it looked before. And you've now got the ability to create a job straight from the back of this policy here. Or you can clone a requisition template, you can edit it, and you can also delete them. So if you've created them in error, or if you're testing and playing around and actually don't need them later on, you can obviously now delete those if needs be. It also will look a little bit different when you go in to edit the job requisition template. So you've still the same elements in there. You would give it a name. You can add it into the hierarchy if you wish. That's not changed. You can add in a job requisition policy, and if you're using the authorization policy, you can add that one in there as well. So those bits of functionality hasn't changed. Obviously, you've still got your required field. So this is essentially still, again, performing that same functionality. You're deciding which elements of your job requisition you want to be mandatory for those people filling in the job requisition form. You might notice as well, though, we've got a sneaky little bit. Sorry, my husband's just now putting up Christmas lights, so we've now got some banging in the wall. We've got an option for documents in here as well. So document upload is now part of our job requisition. I will show you that later on when we come on to it. And you've got your custom fields there. So functionality of a job requisition template hasn't changed, just the look and feel of it has. So that's your second one. So if we go in and create a job requisition, this is where we'll start seeing a few differences. So you've still got the option to create a template from here, but it just takes you through to that same page that we've just been onto. As I say, look and feel a little bit different, but you've still got the option to create it there. So we're going to select our relevant template. And as you probably know, if you're using a template, it will populate all the details, just like on a job template. It works the same for a job requisition. If you're in the hierarchy, you can select the relevant node there for you. If you've not included a policy for job authorization, you can include it. You obviously don't have to do that there. So we will just create a role. So HR officer, we're going to put one position in there. Obviously, the same functionality, anything mandatory is indicated with an asterisk over on the left-hand side. Selecting all the categories, whatever it is in there. Obviously the same with these. If you don't want them to be filled in, you can leave them blank. They're not kind of mandatory on here. So we'll pop in a salary in there and frequency. The next thing, just to kind of draw your attention to, is the ability to now hide cost centers. So we've taken it out of this requisition. So obviously we can't see it here. It would appear around about the business unit. So if you're not using cost centers, we now have the ability to remove that from view for you. Another thing on cost centers as well, you can add a cost center into your hierarchy as well. So if you were using cost centers and you wanted the relevant person to pick a specific cost center, obviously it's not going to show it here because I don't have it turned on. But if you did need to pick a hierarchy, it would be assigned to the specific user type. So if you were a hiring manager creating this, you would only be able to see cost centers that are relevant to you. So it's all done in Manage. So just going off on a tangent ever so slightly, just to show you where that would be. Let me just log in. We can see, so we've got all our different customers down here, and we've got my training one here. And this is done in the lists of values section. So just like any other drop-down menu or anything like that, you can amend in Manage. So you've got your cost centers here. And we've got hierarchy node here. So you can pop your cost center name in there and link it to a specific node. So as I say, once you're on the platform, mouse is going a bit funny. Not that one there. You can add in the person will only Okay, good. So let me see if I can show you a pre-existing requisition that I've already got in there. Oh yeah, there they go. So they're created, they just don't want to do anything. Let me see if we can go and have a look at this one. So we've not got any documents attached. We're going to view the authorization. Let's see if it'll take me through to the next stage. There we go. Okay, good. We've got there. Sorry about that. So next feature that we want to show you is the ability to override an approver. So this is only available to super users. So hiring manager obviously cannot kind of override an approval. But if you have multiple approvers kind of sat in your platform, sat in your authorization policy, you can override individual ones by using this icon. It would show kind of on the individual approval sections, or you can override them all. So you can go ahead and approve. So we're going to override. And you will be taken through to the authorization screen. So this is exactly the same as you would normally see. You've got obviously all the details of your job requisition, and you have the ability to approve or reject. This takes us on to the next enhancement. So now you do not need to have a drop-down option if you're approving the job requisition. So if we go back in to the job requisition, we can now see it's been overridden and it's been by me. If we had any documents that had been attached today, the person who's authorizing it can download them as a PDF, so they can just kind of view them externally and whatever, do whatever they need to do with them. But once it's all been overridden, you can just go through and that job requisition will be sitting just in the normal place. So you can either go through and create the job as you would do normally if you're a super user, talent team, however you've got your platform set up, or if it's a hiring manager that's kind of looking to see what's been approved and pending and all that kind of thing, it will be sitting there as approved. Last thing then on job requisition is the ability to limit visibility according to your user types. So I'm currently logged in as a super user up here, so I can see all requisitions and all active jobs and everything that are in the platform. If I log out and I log back in as a hiring manager, there we go. We'll log in. There we go. We can see that we've just got that one requisition in that platform there. So yeah, we're now logged in as a hiring manager. They can only see what they've been assigned or what they created. So I think that was one that was quite popular in terms of requests as well. The attachment documents, they're kind of seeing only what hiring manager sees, or whoever the raiser is, if you like. And there we go. Have I missed anything, Sam, for job rec?
No, that looks like everything.
Lovely, good. Okay. My final car crash is to show you about custom fields in Manage. So within custom fields, as Chris alluded to before, you've previously just had the ability to enable or disable, and the custom fields still kind of sit there in your platform. They're just in the background, not really doing an awful lot. So what we've now done is provided you with the ability to delete those custom fields. So what you need to do is you disable them first. So I'm currently looking at, we've just got 2 custom fields kind of enabled in the platform. But if I show all questions, it will show me anything that's been disabled as well. And there we go. So we can see now we've now got a delete field option because this question has previously been disabled. If you wanted to know how to disable, you would simply just toggle the field. I won't do it because it'll disable everything in the background, but you simply click toggle field, that disables the custom field, and then you're able to then go in and delete it. Are you sure you wish to delete it? Yes, we are. Let's get rid of it forever. There we go, and the screen should refresh, and off it goes. Question number 3. Just to note, there isn't any way of getting those custom fields back. So if you do something by mistake, you will need to go back in and create it. We can't kind of retrieve anything that's been deleted. But yeah, essentially simple process, and hopefully will enhance your usability.
So, Job Booster, we've shown this for the last couple of releases where we've been making enhancements to it. Some absolutely great ones this time. So I'm going to caveat this as always with this is always done on a UAT site and is connected to a sandbox because I don't want to be putting all of my fake jobs live to the world and letting people try to apply to, I don't know, sample job or TCI 18757. Not the catchiest job ever, but you know someone would. So 2 options for Job Booster. One of those is to go in there, or you can go directly in from the job. So I'm just going to go to sponsor. And then I'm going to give it a second, and it's going to bring all of my job details through. So there we go, hiring manager 1. So I'm going to go next, and it's going to bring in all the details that I need to complete. So this is an Addie's job. But, oh, what do I do there? Going to put in all my details. iPad, there we go. What can I do remotely? So these are just the standard fields. 2 years of experience. It's brought the salary through from the role. And then I've just got to choose the industry. Now, you may remember from before that these don't match what's in your ATS. These are the ones that are mandated by our provider so that the right boards come up. So I'm just going to complete this, and I'm going to click save, and hopefully I've done everything. And there we go. And what it's done is it's started now to filter for me. So it's filtered the sort of the automotive, the skilled work, the location that we got in there already. And then it's brought up some boards based on that. Now, these are not necessarily correct. Skilled work, international women in mining actually might be not a bad one. But what I can also do now is search for a specific board, and it's probably not going to change them because it never does on this sandbox. Oh, there we go. It's changed it now, and all of these will have got LinkedIn, but it is much better on live. And you can see now that we've got the LinkedIn ones are here that were maybe wouldn't have been before. And then I can just add to basket. And just point this out, I'm not sure if you've seen these bundles. We did send an email out that there are now sort of bundles in different areas. These are Luxembourg and Croatia, but it is just a test site. So I'm just going to add my bundles to my basket. And then I've got to preview and check out. So this is the next thing that we've done is we've changed this page somewhat. And now you can see all of the details. So you can review your, make sure that everything's in the right place. All of the right options have been taken. I can go to edit and I can get rid of the 1 because I don't need that on my hiring manager. I've got, slight difference in the company name. The phone number may be wrong. So let me just change that. So I can change all of that and I can save it. And then what it's done is pull through all of those changes into here. And now I can create my campaign knowing that I've got everything, I've had that second chance of checking everything. There we go. So I'm just going to go back to my jobs and we're going to have to go through this again because I should have shown you something else as part of this. But the last thing to point out on this now is an option for cross-posting. So there's always been this concept of cross-posting where you post to LinkedIn and it posts to some others. Not a great example, probably. And what it's done is it's just said cross-posting and it's just given you a number. So you've not actually known where you were cross-posting to. So this is where you're getting your twofers. Right, so let me just put any old things in here. Be nice if you got 50 to 60k for 5 working hours a week, wouldn't it? If anybody knows of any jobs where it's 5 hours a week and it's 50 to 60k, it's samso@tripad.com, can I just say? There we go. Right, so now I've got to try and find one with a cross posting on. And there's usually one somewhere down near the bottom where I can show you, but typically no. Oh, there we go. So this European language jobs, it posts on 6 different job boards. And there we go. If I launch this up, it will tell you which of those job boards they are. So I now know that if I post on there, I don't need to post in LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever, because it's automatically going to get posted to them. And that's it. I will stop sharing if I can figure out how to. And that's it for the product demo. So Q&A, fire matters. Or don't. I mean, that's fine. I'm cool. It is December, and we should all be wrapping up now for the holiday.
Yeah, I mean, if people feel free to or either ask them in the chat or call them out, whatever you feel is appropriate. We will be online for another few minutes to answer them if anyone has any questions.
I've got a couple, if you don't mind. There's quite a few. The first one was, obviously you said it's coming on the 16th of January. Does that everything, or could we delay a certain part?
Yes, you can delay certain parts of it. So if you go onto the landing page that came out with the email, on there's a button and you can say what you want
Okay,
to
well.
be delayed if you need to, yeah.
I
mean, what I would say about the enhancements is even if they are there, they're not going to directly affect your functionality as such.
Yeah, I think the concern is around the magic links, which I love the concept of the feature. We're having some big issues with our spam filters at the moment, which your team are kindly working on. But my worry is if that is switched on, that could have an adverse effect on our applications. But we do really want the job requisition stuff. Couple of other ones was on the documents bit. Can we specify any wording as to like what documents we want, or is it just documents?
It's just documents. So it's just the standard there. Whether or not we could change some of the wording bespoke, I'm not entirely sure, but it is just documents.
No worries. And then it was the cost center removal. Could that, if there's the functionality to do that, is there the functionality to remove a different field, or is it only cost centers that's available for?
Only cost centers. Yeah.
No worries. Well, that was it. Thank you.
Looks like we've got a few in the chat. Is Magic Link mandatory, or can it be switched off? Now, with the Magic Link, if you what I would say is do the delay, and then we'll address it again in 6 months. If this is something you're absolutely against for your organization, then we wouldn't switch this particular one on. But the feedback on LinkedIn and from that coming from our sales team is that people want to get rid of that barrier of having a password that you've got to save for your candidates. So what I would say, is, fill in the form, say you don't want it, say you're going to delay it, and then we've got 6 months to discuss it in the future. So is that all right, Alex? Hope so. Can documents be added to a requisition retrospectively? No, because it would change the requisition, so it would need to go through the whole approval process again. Can more than one document be attached? Yes, you can attach as many as you want. Will existing job recs that have been approved still be visible to all users? No, only if they are. Yes, they will. So existing job recs that have been there that they've been able to see forever, they'll be able to see. It's only the new ones that you're adding into that hierarchy. Can we select what custom fields are visible for hiring managers? Yes, so what you can do is create custom fields just for job requisition. So all of the ones that you select as mandatory will be there. I don't think we can hide an individual one on that, but Lisa, we'll get back to you through your account manager on that one, I think. And Alex, great stuff. Any more? No? in which case there is 6 minutes of everyone's life where they can go and make a quick cuppa before they're expected to go back and do some real work. And that's including us. So lovely to see everybody. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever. I'm pretty sure that some of us will speak to some of us again, but if not, you know, have a wonderful Christmas period from Tripad.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.